Hi guys, welcome to day 3 of MAYnia, Stitch Mania. I'm in my car again, but I'm going to have to make this quick because it's sweltering out here. And I don't want to roll my window down because my neighbor has her garage open. And if she comes out and sees me talking to myself in my car, she's really going to think I really went off the rails. So I'm just going to make this quick, which will be easy because I don't have a lot to say. Day 2 didn't turn out exactly as I had planned, but really does it ever. My plans were, if you're just tuning in, oh, and by the way, just real quick, somebody had left a comment that my volume was really low in my last video, so I don't know what happened when I edited. It sounded fine on my end, so I'm trying to talk extra loud, but I have a feeling when I put my phone in this holder, it might have been covering up the microphone or something like that, so I apologize if you couldn't hear me very well in that last video, but hopefully it sounds a little bit better today. So yeah, my plans were to finish the biscorn nest and then start this project, which is the one that I had chosen out of the whip pile. And what ended up happening? So, okay, yes, that's what ended up happening. First of all, the eggs that I had left to do, when I said, oh yeah, I'll definitely get this done today, it's not going to take long. Well, yes, they really packed a punch. There was a much higher count of stitches in those little eggs than I had anticipated. And yeah, that's kind of how 1 over 1 is, because you look at something and see, oh yeah, that's just 10 stitches, but then really you got to multiply it by 4 and it's 40 stitches. So the eggs had a lot of stitches in them. And, but I did get them done, and this is where it is. So the nest is done, except for I didn't get the back stitching around. You have to go do the back stitching around the front and the back, because that's how you assemble the biscorn U if you've never done one of those before. So I had worked on that, and then I just thought, gosh, you know, I'm going to be using up all my stitching time stitching on this, which was okay, but I thought, you know what, I really want to get some stitches in that next project. So I pulled it out, and I'm not going to show it because I didn't get much progress, because last year when I worked on it for that one day on Stitch Mania last year, I did a counting error, and I found it right away that the pole underneath the birdhouse, sorry about that glare, I'm not going to take it out, but that pole right there, I had done all these brown stitches going down, kind of the staggered ones, and they were all either up or down too low. So I was trying to fudge it a little bit, and then I thought, oh, that's just going to set everything off in a weird way. So I just decided to unstitch. So my progress was in the negative yesterday as far as that goes. And then I did get it going in the forward direction pretty late at night, and I made minimal progress. So since I only have 21 whips and I have 31 days in May, I've just decided that this will be one that I'm going to work on today again also. So it's going to be my Stitch Mania Day 2 and my Stitch Mania Day 3 stitching. And somehow I'm going to try to fit in the back stitching of this too, because that's pretty easy. So I will not upload this video because I just didn't have that much to show. I'm not going to upload this on day 3, but on day 4 I'll upload it, and you'll be able to see days 3 and 4. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm not pulling out a new one today. I'm just going to continue working on Sweetheart's Gate by Dimensions, and then I will tomorrow pop in and show you the progress I made on that and pick my day 4 whip. So for me, it's going to be 24 hours. For you, it's just going to be a quick edit away. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye, guys. Hi, Stitchers. Welcome to day 4 of Stitch Mania. How are you all surviving so far? I think I'm doing pretty good. I kind of like this daily vlogging. Yeah, so I got some progress done. So I'm really happy that I decided to use one of my flex days to stitch on this project for another day. If you're just joining me, this is what I'm working on. Hard to tell with the glare. I'm sorry. It's called Sweetheart's Gate by Dimensions. Started it a couple of years ago. Worked on it one day last Mania, and picked it up again this Mania, and I had started stitching. I had done a little bit of this up here and part of that. Well, just go back and look at my yesterday's or the day before video, and I'll show you where I was at. So I'm really happy with the progress that I got. It was a very satisfying amount. And by that, I mean that I basically finished the birdhouse, back stitching included. So I love the way it turned out. It's so cute. So yes, after my negative progress, having to unstitch some of I only had a little bit of the brown stitched, so I just took that out and then moved in the forward direction this time, yesterday. Actually, I was still working on this morning because my MAYnia days pretty much start, like today's day will actually start after I upload this video, or I mean after I film this video, because I couldn't really start on anything because I have to have you guys with me while I pick my next whip. So this day, I just finished doing some of the back stitching this morning on that. And I did want to mention too, for anybody that if you have this or if you end up getting this, that I did swap out the fabric for an 18 count. It comes with 14 count ivory, and I just swapped it out for an 18 count. So I'm adjusting some of my stitches because dimensions kits a lot of times will call for as many as 6 strands of floss to do some of the half stitches in the background, and that's just a little bit too much for 18 count. So I've basically, when I do that, I adjust my pattern so that the most threads I ever use at any time is 4. So if it calls for 6, I use 4. If it calls for 5, I use 4. And if there's a blend, like some of them call for 5 strands, that there's like a blend of 3 of one color and 2 of another, what do? I think I use 3 strands. So then the one that called for 3, I'll use 2 strands, and then the one that called for 2, I'll use 1 strand, so that way I still have the proportions right. So yeah, it just turns out a little bit better to do that. So yeah, I feel that this is a really good stopping point for next year. Or, ooh, I shouldn't say next year. Do I really want to wait a whole year before I work on this again? Guys, I can't let that happen. It'll be horrible. I need to find a way to start working these whips into my yearly plan, but that would require some kind of a rotation, and I'm just not a rotation person. I just can't do that. I just have to stitch on what I'm in the mood for. So I don't know what I'm going to do about this, but let's hope we don't have to wait a whole year before I work on this again. Okay, I want to keep this video short, so shall we pick today's whip and see what it is? Let's do that. I was going to film this today from a different venue because I thought I'd give you something different besides my car to look at. But so I went into the backyard, and of course, right as I was setting up, somebody started mowing their lawn. The neighbor's dog started barking. My wind chimes were blowing in the wind. So back to the car I am. It really is a perfect filming spot. It's quiet and it's bright. So car it is, and I get to go get my hair cut later today. So I'm actually going to be leaving here soon to go do that. Okay, guys, in case you missed it, this is my whip pile there that I'm going to be pulling from. If I were one of the cool kids, I would just use the Tiny Decisions app, but I did download, okay, so first of all, I don't have an iPhone, so I had to download the Android version of that last year, and then I couldn't figure it out within the first 1 minute of time that I gave it. It looked a little complicated, and you kind of have to put in, I think, all the things that you want to. I mean, of course, it doesn't just intuitively know what I want to choose from, but I just don't know if I'm a Tiny Decisions app kind of person, because when it comes to my stitching, because I usually stitch by mood, what I'm in the mood for, and so the Tiny Decisions app, for me, just doesn't work because I know me, and I would just keep spinning the wheel until it landed on something I liked. So what's the point of using it? So I deleted that app, and now I'm just doing this the old-fashioned way. So, okay, closing my eyes. Now, I do know that there are 2 projects in here, I think, that are they're not in a project bag. They're actually in plastic, like a plastic zipper bag, because I haven't made a Christmas-themed project bag yet. So I know that there are 2 projects in here that are Christmas that are in a plastic, and so I can kind of tell which ones those are, and so I could kind of either choose to avoid them or choose them. So it's not a complete blind random thing that I'm choosing here, because I do know which ones the Christmas ones are. So we're not going to do Christmas today. I'm not in the mood. It's too hot. Okay, here we go. Pulling one out of the middle again. Ooh, this is a thick one. What is it going to be? Okay, that's the bag it's in, and oh, Crossed Wing Collection. Okay, yes. Oh, I'm totally in the mood for this because it's spring and there's lots of robins out. If you do not know the background for this pattern, I'll explain it to you tomorrow because I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. So today I will be working on And Then Comes Spring by the Crossed Wing Collection, and I'm excited about that. So, okay, I think that's all I have to say. So I'm going to, I should get some pretty good stitching time in later tonight, but probably not till tonight. I have a lot to do today. So, yeah, I'll check in tomorrow. And if I get a lot of progress on this, I will pick something new tomorrow. If not, you'll see me in a couple of days again. So, okay, thanks for stopping by and watching. And go MAYnia, and also go Colorado Avalanche. We're in game 5 tonight, I think, of the playoffs against the Sharks. So, come on, Avs, let's do this. Okay, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. Okay, what kind of vlogger am I if I don't show you where my progress is before I start? I knew I was forgetting something. Luckily, I didn't put everything away before I remembered that. Okay. Ooh, I have a needle hanging here. Hold on 1 second while I don't have my needle minder. Let's just put the needle right there. Okay. So let's put something behind it because this is sort of a sheer see-through fabric. Here is where I'm at now on this. Oh, goes way back there. Okay. So, yeah, I've got a lot done on this so far, and yes, I love this one. I love this one. But I did what one of my rules that I always try to follow is save the best parts of the pattern for the end. And I didn't do that in this one. I went right in for that robin. I went right in for the good bit and stitched that. So the rest of what I have left to stitch is all of this background, which is all the background, which is, well, it's not going to, okay. You can kind of see. It's a lot of tree and leaves and a lot of the same, kind of the same colors stitching. So, yeah, this branch here I've been working on, it's just kind of tedious. But, yeah, I should have saved the robin for last, but no, I couldn't wait. So, okay, that's where my progress is. So we'll see which part I work on, which will probably be back down in this little corner here where I was working here. So, all right, okay, now I can say goodbye. All right, bye, guys.